flowing pretty well for declarer. Trumps breaking both the aces ahead of the kings, queen of clubs as well, king of diamonds on side.
Yes. Can't go wrong in clubs, as he says, yes. You could have played your cards any better yourself. Well, maybe you could. Spade 3-3 with the king in the west hand. That would have been slightly better. You see the danger now? If South doesn't go up with the king here, then he can take a diamond rook. So well done. She's seen it all before. Now, how should you play from here, David? Because the same will happen if you play spade, spade.
Seems that was quite a good switch.
Yes, East can take his 10 of diamonds and kill declarer's 9 after this. Is that good enough to retreat him? Or does it take the hard switch? Well, poor Helgeness. He's defended very well, I must say. Declarer has no chance now.
Well, they won't mind losing 50 anyway. East-West could have made no trump at Thursday.
Yes, but remember they'll open one no trump in the other room as well, and that gets 2 spades. And the only question is whether Larsen needs to make a contract with 2 spades. Well, they're extremely fast here. Already on board 4, and they're playing 2 in the other room. Two hearts is game forcing.
Just looking back on board 3 to see what Jib was recommending for declarer to make it, and after declarer went up with the king of diamonds, it says that she has to return a diamond to make it.
Right, I haven't looked. Could she have made it if she had cast the king of clubs instead? And roughed the club? The queen falls? I don't know.
Well, I suppose South bid 4 hearts because she couldn't be sure that partner had 6 spades.
Здесь я да, что чап-чапу с английским чап-чапу.
It doesn't look right to cross the dummy's ace of diamonds to discard a heart on the ace of clubs before you have knocked out the ace of spades. I don't think it's as good as playing spades from hand, actually. King of spades.
Well, looks like he was worried he might lose 2 diamonds and would have to get the heart away.
No. Maybe a diamond lead would have defeated it, but he's just had a normal club lead. Is that really 650? Did we lose 2 diamonds? And the ace of spades? No, maybe not.
Still waiting for the first big firework. Took a while to come in the first half of the round of 16. We had about 4 or 5 fairly drab boards and then a couple of good ones back to back.
I see how he could take an over trick now. He probably let the queen of diamonds from hand after he had drawn the last trump, pinning the jack. Yeah, just losing 1 diamond trick. Now, would you give preference to spades here, David, or would you introduce your hearts? The 7.
Well, when that was 7, I would bid 2 hearts, yes, definitely.
Yes, I very much agree.
Even with 6 you might, because you're expecting to make a lot of heart tricks, plus the high cards with the opening bidder. When you've got 5, of course, then it's not so good.
Oh, this isn't particularly interesting either. The girl will lose 2 clubs, a diamond, and a heart.
Well, if one of the bulletin writers is watching this set and hoping to make an attractive article out of it, can't be very impressed with the first 5 boards.
No. Now, in your report for tomorrow, David, did you include the Grand Slam hand this morning? Bit at one table and not at the other?
Well, that was the star entry, really, yes. I only included 4 hands on this occasion. That was the first one. I mean, that was just a superb bidding hand, really enjoyable. That was the best one, really. But there were another 3 that had good interest in the play and the defence. You remember there was a hand where they ended, Ligri ended in 4 spades on a 5-2 flip when Declarer might have made 3 no trumps at the other table, but placed the king with the guy who made the light over goal. I mean, that game is cold if you just draw trumps, because the trumps were 3-3, but to try and overcome a 4-2 break, she went for the clubs, which were King Jack 10 to 4 opposite 4 low while there were still trumps out. Finessed the Jack to the Queen, and the defenders could have taken her off, but they didn't. They forced her, and again she could still have drawn trumps, but played another club herself, did get the ruff, and had to lose a diamond, so some interest at both tables in the play there.
Oh, surely. Oh, right.
Ai mâncat ceva?
Try to remember this is where it's done. Yes.
Vezi că sunt în frigider, ia-ți o pulpă și un ciocanel.
Sometimes the play is too fast for the operator.
Frigider. Ia-ți un ciocanel și o
Obliquity,
pulpă.
my tricks. No problem. Did you think that the overall standard of the operators is pretty good, David? I mean, the tables we have been at.
Yes, I mean, I've been at table 1 most of the time, so we've had Zoran Simic there, who's very good. In general, I think it's been good, yes. We lost 1 or 2 plays early on, but I mean, it's such a difficult task, and they're doing it for so many hours a day. They do wonderfully well, so need quite a lot to persuade me to criticise the guys who do that difficult task. How do you rate them?
Almighty. I've been at many tables. We'll do almost every session. Today I have to do all 4 because Mark had a technical problem this morning, as you know. Yes, I think they're all good. I really do. From many different countries. I believe our operator here is Thomas Hoffman from Hungary.
Unde ne mâncăm
He's
la
also very good.
So South has to find a response to a take-out double of 2 suits, and then it's just choosing between the black suits. Goodness me, that's just what we wanted, a 1-level contract. Anyway, as long as the kibitzers don't blame it on the poor old, much maligned commentators, that'll be alright. As far as the operators are concerned, I mean, I'm sitting here with my face about 1 foot away from the screen, so I can see it through my supposed pair of computer spectacles. How on earth the operators can see it from 10 foot away, with people sort of flipping over cards in a fraction of a second, sometimes after thinking for 5 minutes, and then showing their card for half a second. I've no idea how they can follow all the play and keep track of it from that distance. I was ever in the unfortunate position of having to do such an onerous task, I would move the chair and the computer table forward a good deal.
The answer to that question is that they're young, they have excellent vision,
And concentration.
Right. 4-3 was flat. Larson also went down into space next door. She chose a different line, but not a successful one. Flat.
Well, if you had to judge the interest and quality of the boards merely by looking at the score, You wouldn't go far wrong at this table.
No, but I don't think we can be too critical. I think we've been pretty lucky with boards. Over 3 days, right? We started Saturday.
Oh yeah. No, we've been lucky, yeah. But I mean, if you go out eating in a restaurant maybe once a week and have 5 really good meals and the 6th one is no good, it doesn't stop you moaning about the 6th one.
Right. So this is it for declarer, isn't it? Well, you will get another trick. Well, well, 8 tricks. Let's get something more interesting. Maybe you won't get it. Let's see if he resolves the course. It wouldn't surprise me if he does. That will excite the VR.
Wouldn't surprise me if she'd opened one spade.
Then we've gone to be the one who's interested in part of the course one spade.
Well, yeah, except that she didn't open the bidding. You just bid 3 spades, I think.
Well, slam is not bad. I mean, 6 diamonds is not a bad contract. Some flake.
It must be a support double, and Eagles has big game on a 4-3 fit, knowing that partner will be short in spades, and he'll be able to rough in the dummy.
În cutiile de pe fond ai o grămadă de pantofi și o grămadă de cutii goale. Ia de pe suport ce pantofi nu port și hai să-i băgăm în cutii. Că nici așa nu stai pe suport hainele și de-a lungul patului 100 de perechi de pantofi. Așa numai ce fac? Ce trebuie să fac?
Well, the whole idea of ever playing in a 4-3 fit horrifies a lot of players.
E vorba de aruncat. Care-s de iarnă sau care-i porți mai la toamnă sau ceva, îi bag în cutii și îi scot la toamnă. Deci pe suportul ăla intră 10 perechi de pantofi.
So we're privileged to see one of the world's top card players tackling a 4-3 fit.
Porți pe toți. Am găsit o pereche de pantofi din aia sport chiar aproape noi. Ce ai cu ei de nu-i porți, neară nu știu. Stroful e acolo.
You don't want to take diamonds prematurely, make something rough and down and stuff. That's tempting to cross the hand in clubs. Take diamond finesse. But sure, it's a good idea. Now, what if he advances the jack of hearts? What if it's covered? Not easy at all. Well,
Perhaps.
No diamond towards the jack. That's only because we can see all the cards. No, we wouldn't do that.
Well, it's not entirely unreasonable because South probably has got the ace-king of spades and didn't open the bidding. She actually does have a king on the side, but on this bidding you would imagine that the king of diamonds was more likely to be offside when South hasn't opened the bidding. sometimes on these hands it doesn't matter that much if you run into a rough in a long side suit, because it might have been from trump length. I know we can see here the 3-3. So he's run the jack to leave a low trump in dummy to deal with any further spades. So he can afford to lose one heart, one diamond and one spade.
Or he can afford to lose two hearts if the king of diamonds is on side.
Yeah, but it definitely is on side now, because South is showing with ace king probably.
Right. Taking his discard on the fourth club. Knows, as you said, David, the king of diamonds is offside, so he's taking his discard with the 9 of spades, and then just give up the dime.
Good. Well, that was something pleasing to watch. Long last.
Here's the link to running scores in the quarterfinals. The Russians, Nepothine, from strength to strength. They already gained 11 in their match. Now,
He's chosen to open a suit that he wants led. He was keen to bid something in the third seat, but didn't really want to open a diamond and have partner leading some diamond honour. He didn't have to bother about a rebid because he was going to pass anything that his partner should say.
what are the odds that we're getting two one-stake contracts in 7 balls? Great. Not great.
Particularly at this level where they all play so aggressively to contest part scores. Mind you, they do open pretty light in the third seat today, and maybe get to some low contract when it would have been thrown in elsewhere. Although South had a pretty good hand on this occasion.
Yes, the alternative would have been the one no trump contract played by North. Pass, 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 one heart, pass, one no trump, or pass.
Clara sees that she is nowhere near being able to draw trumps on this feeble holding, so maybe she can make some trump tricks in the hand by roughing diamonds, creating a shortage in her hand there. Those of you watching, remember if you click on any of the player names, you can see not only a photograph of that player, but also access to their convention card.
Yes, although if you click on the after instance, you will only see a convention card and Benedict Grenier, regular partner in Willis.
Yes, that's often been true. I mean, at my age, I'm used to seeing photographs of players that were taken a good 20 years ago, but of course a lot of these players are middle-aged or even, what's that word that I can never remember? Oh yes, young, yes. So they can afford to have a photograph that's probably only 3 or 4 years old.
Let's see, who can declare a club for 7 tricks? He has 3, 2 more clubs is 5, spade is 6, and the heart is 7. So now she has 7 tricks, because North has no more clubs and cannot rub the jack of hearts. Oh, I see. Well, that's clever. Things to then plays out. To break the club suit. When no club gets needed. Through the king of clubs. I love it. Well,
very good.
But enough of one level contract, please.
Well, there's one spade contract to go. That was probably in the upper half, we can say.
Well. Off range, one no trump. Other than that, it's perfectly normal.
Well, you can see why he's done it, Roland, can't you? I mean, one heart, if you open one heart, you've got a very awkward rebid of 2 clubs, and that wouldn't ignore certain elderly commentators at all, so has to be one no trump.
Who's thinking here? Let's have a clear pass. West. What's she going to do if partnership bits 2 hearts? Yes, the pass. They would normally be on a 4-2 fit.
Right, Willard's got to do some thinking. Maybe partner's got a 9 count or something. Well, they're against a strong no trump, so.
Would you have double for the lead with the North cards? I wouldn't.
No. Nor would I have made many of those incredible overcalls that were made in the first match today that worked out so spectacularly well.
You're referring to Sabina Auken's overcall of 2 clubs.
And the 1 heart overcall. Rosenthal's one heart overcall.
Oh.
Yes.
From bad to, well, from not
so
bad
bad
to very
bad.
Well, if
Well,
you
if you
bid
bid
Damon,
and I have like
hoping to get two spades or two diamonds,
you'll have to just
take your own
medicine and pass two hearts.
But I really don't see why you must bid number one now.
I mean, Tor Helgeness is a great player, but he's no magician.
He has
five hot tricks, club is 6, diamond is 7.
But where
is he going to get his 8 trick from?
Nowhere?
Decides to defend tricks, right?
Well, I'll be delighted if he goes off. If he'd opened the heart, South would have perhaps bid 2 diamonds, and the opponents would have been in trouble. Well, I don't know if anyone keeps world records for the Drabber set of 8 boards. This would, I mean, obviously, no dispute this would be in the top 1% of Drabber sets of 8 boards, but sure there have been worse ones. Gosh, we've only had 2 1-inch swings for a start. Not that I ever wish to appear grumpy or be someone who's thought of as just complaining about everything, obviously.
Well, Grumpy 7. I thought that was you, David, but apparently not.
Well, that is the BBO ID that he settled on after thinking about it for several days. Grumpy 7.
Grumpy 1 to 6 was taken, you know, so he had to settle for 7.
Well, when I joined, which according to my profile was in 2005, hard to believe it was 12 years ago, I looked around for Abbott and the Abbott, and they were already taken. So I had to go for Brother Lucius, which was rather annoying.
Yes. Have we ever seen the Abbott online? I haven't seen him, but I haven't been looking for him.
Yes, I think I have spoken to him. I think he's from Singapore or somewhere like that.
Okay, so we had a major swing on board 7. Yes. They bid the reasonable slam in the other room, 6 diamonds.
But it couldn't make
those red kings offside, so that was 13 imps to Helgeness.
Right, it wasn't quite as good as one of two finesses, was it? Because they had Jack third, obviously ace queen, 9 X and hearts. Still unlucky. Was it unlucky or not? Well, it's at least as good as the diamond finesse, and if that fails, you've still got some chance. So it was, they did well to bid it.
They did indeed. I'm told that in Saints and Sinners, brother Roland appears. I wouldn't know anything about Saints and Sinners. Except brother Roland. Maybe right.
Well, that was a rather strange one-off Abbott book that had all the hands presented as in quiz format before that part of the story. Wasn't entirely successful, but Tim Burke gives me so many wonderful hands. I wrote a sort of joint authorship book with him on his wonderful hands. So the reader could try the hands for themselves, but I mean most of the Abbott hands are fairly sort of advanced in a way.
But you wrote that before you knew me, didn't you?
Well, my grandfather was called Roland Benton, master of the Gold and Silver Wire Drawers Company in the City of London.
I'm impressed. Well, maybe we should focus on the bridge, but it is difficult to keep playing on the one. Well, you may argue that it didn't on board 9, but they should have.
Well, the sort of lifeboat that we're clinging to, which is board 7, okay, they did a slam, and both finishes were wrong, but I mean that's not exactly anything to light up the brain.
No, but even if you don't get anything, I mean, on boards 11 to 14, David, you still have another opportunity tomorrow morning in the first half of the semi-finals. I mean, for the bulletin.
Oh yes, I'm just glad I don't have to write this one up. Yes, I had an arrangement with Mark Horton, who is the he's the editor of Bridge Magazine, as most people know, but he's also super editor apparently for this tournament because he has to edit various different versions of the bulletin. Anyway, I had an arrangement with him that he'd tell the other writers to keep off the first session of the day so I could commentate on it and then sit out the next one while I wrote the article. Suits him because it's the first article that he receives. He gets it early, which is helpful to the people putting a lot of material together and not wanting to stay up too late in the evening.
Trumps is a relay, asking what two states is based on. Sometimes it can be a three cuts. So that's why Thor Helgeness inquired. Partner jumping to 4 diamonds shows 4 spades and shortage in diamonds, usually a 6. A splinter.
Yes, I remember seeing a very splendid slam that was bid because the opener remembered to make a splinter bid. even though it was unlikely that partner wanted to head for a slam. That was, I think it was Forrester and his partner, that's right. And maybe it was Orfrey and Robson. Yeah, I think Orfrey bid 4 diamonds and they got to a fantastic 6-level contract that wasn't bid at the other table. You imagine that if it was a passed hand, then of course you wouldn't bother bidding 4 diamonds then. You could rule out a slam on your 13 counts and it would be unwise to give away information.
They are playing the same boards in all matches. They managed to create swings in this match on board 7. And in the top match, Nepo from Russia, 16 to nothing ahead at the moment. There's one match that will be there, David, where the scoreline is 2-1 after 5 boards.
Well, that's better than we were 1-1 after 5 boards. Gosh, what a pity we didn't choose that match.
Yeah, but you can come back for the second half and we'll choose that match. Just kidding. No, that's David's last one today.
Well, as it happens, I'd already arranged with my wife that we would go out to a local restaurant tonight, but if we hadn't, after seeing these boards, I would have arranged to go out anyway. Now we can see what Monsieur Mouton thinks of opening on 11 counts. Terence Rees used to say you shouldn't open light on 4-4-1 because if you pass on the other side by it, they're going to find bad breaks in whatever trump suit they choose. So he reckoned that 4-4-1 were good hands for defending and you shouldn't make any positive steps to try to play it your way.
Yes. Now double, but it's not ideal, obviously. When you don't have 4 hearts. Because if partner has 4 hearts, he will bid them. But what can South do? Well, she could have bid clubs.
Yes. Well, I agree with double, but I don't really agree with people who say that a double promises 4 hearts. Of course, you'd like to have it, but they're just a bundle of hands where probably going to give you the best chance. It's not the end of the world, is it? If partner bids 2 hearts, you're not going to bid any more. It'll probably be playable, maybe able to get some roughs with the low trumps in partner's hand. You can see they can do that here in clubs. So it wouldn't be too bad. They've got 3 aces to take, and if they could rough quite a few clubs in the north hand and make the ace king queen of trumps, that would be alright. Ooh, has gone on to 3 hearts.
Yeah. Now that is the danger, because partner would normally have 4 hearts for her double. And then partner keeps competing to the 3 with only 7 clubs. He would be very disappointed to see 3 hearts in dummy.
I don't think he can blame partner. I don't think he should. He's only got an 11 count. He's already bid 2 hearts. I don't think he had a 3 heart bid there. I suppose 3 clubs may have been playable despite missing 4 aces. Haven't got any roughs available. Still, I don't know that it's going to make. Even so.
Still, I'm glad
in a way because we can see how many tricks Mawson can accumulate even if he goes off. Obviously, we'll want to. He hasn't got many inches to the south hand to rough clubs, has he?
No. As you
predicted, David,
on board a 9,
if you open one heart, if Helgeness had opened one heart and said South would overcall some diamonds, and that might be the end of it.
and indeed
it was at the other table, so North South went minus there as well. Two diamonds. East could have reopened with a double, and West would probably have left it in, but I decided to pass. Or is it a she?
Well, presumably the man on northeast, yeah, we know Mortal Helgeness here.
Not all of them.
Not
Well, usually we see women east and south, but certainly not at this table.
and
there are no restrictions anymore. There used to be. Till 2007, I believe it was. And they say, okay, you can sit where you like. Sit where you like.
Even in pairs of ants.
Oh yes. Had those restrictions.
No, I suppose it would be against some sort of EU equality laws.
Making this. Yes. Should it have made? I'm not sure.
West won't
get the 3-note trumps. That's just impossible.
The
thing is that 3-note trumps can make East West because of the spade blockage. What will West do? Double? Pass? I don't know.
Well, pretty dangerous to do anything, but I'm willing to be surprised.
Extremely fast at this table. They started. They haven't been playing an hour yet. They're on board 13. It will be a long break before the second half, which is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock Central European time, and that's in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let's see, can 4 hearts make? Due to the fortunate spade line, club loose, heart loose, maybe only one spade loose, and get a spade away on the 5th club.
Yeah, we did
say that 3-note trumps could make East West, but who on earth can bid 3-note trumps?
maybe to
Helgeness can. Una.
They can make five clubs probably as well.
Well, we know with Silly. Queen X, combined stopper. Cardinal Singleton Queen, the combined stopper most of the time, and North has the S King. Decided against. Now they're in no man's land, aren't they? Because once we pass this. Well, when you see dummy, you wish you had been in 5. But it wasn't easy. West had a borderline decision. Should he have jumped to 5 clubs? Should he have hit 3 nerves? Should West have raced 4 clubs to 5? Very difficult.
He did well to find the double. Think of what would have happened if East had the minus switched and did 4 diamonds, then you'd have been a bit stuffed. Having the double was pretty dangerous, so the partner responds in clubs, so you don't want to be too greedy. Right. Well, incredible as it seems, we're on the last board, and we've only been playing for 1 hour. So, anyway, many thanks to our friend Zoran Simach. And if any of you can...
Not Soren, because we're BBO2.
We're BBO2, yes, okay. But if any of you want to page back through the written commentary, you might be able to find out what his ID is. If he said, I'm just bringing up this table or something, and you can send him a message to thank him. I think I may do that myself. Been slaving away on a lot of hands, and I'm sure they follow the play, and they're just as interested in the hands being good as we are. And like all the fishermen who sit on the bank for hours and don't catch a fish, knowing that they will catch some big ones later in the week, shouldn't really complain when nothing much happens just on one session. So many thanks to him, many thanks to Roland as always for commentating so much and arranging the schedule for all the voice commentators, making it easy for us and trying to satisfy all our eccentric wishes as to when we should participate. That's great too. Thanks to the players who did their best on this. Right, I'm not going to say anything about the boards again. On this set of boards, and many thanks to BBO who allow us to watch so many wonderful championships during the year at no cost at all. Thanks to you for coming, and please accept my apology if you thought that the selection of deals was below par. It shows that the great dealer has his off days. Certainly had one this afternoon.
This is a great lead.
First
First of all,
Helgeness
Helgeness did well to pass two clubs and not give preference to spades. Secondly, he let the queen of clubs, and that is killing.
Heart
would not have been good.
Why would
he be a heart? But
he had a choice.
Queen of clubs, ace of spades.
I like
the queen of clubs. It pays off.
Looks like Declarer would have made two clubs in comfort, one way or another. Spades breaking 3-3. So doesn't matter that much if you go off in 50s into no trumps.
Only the balls have been interesting.
I would suggest that we go to the other table.
But if it really
was,
what
do you think?
Some
other match maybe? What?
If we can find some really good players to watch, I'll join you. Yeah, see if you can find another table.
I will.
Just follow me.